Dear friends, I want to inform the personnel of the armed forces of the Russian Federation, the citizens of our country, our friends around the world, as well as those who continue to harbor illusions about the possibility of inflicting a strategic defeat on Russia, about the events that are taking place today in the zone of a special military operation. Specifically, subsequent to the deployment of Western-manufactured long-range weaponry on our soil. Continuing the course of escalating the Western-provoked conflict in Ukraine. The United States and its NATO allies have previously stated that they give permission to use their long-range precision weapon systems on the territory of the Russian Federation. Experts are well aware, and the Russian side has repeatedly emphasized that it is impossible to use such weapons without the direct participation of military specialists from countries that produce such weapons. On November 19th, 6 operational tactical missile attacks from the United States, and on November 21st, during a combined missile attack, Storm Shadow systems produced in Great Britain and HIMARS produced with Russia, strikes were carried out on military facilities on the territory of the Russian Federation. In the Bryansk and Kursk regions. From now on, as we have repeatedly stressed before, the Western-provoked regional conflict in Ukraine has acquired elements of a global nature. Our air defense system intercepted these attacks. As a result, the goals that were obviously set by the enemy were not achieved. A fire that arose at an ammunition depot in the Bryansk region from falling missile debris. The attacks killed victims and caused no serious damage. In the Kursk region, an attack was committed on one of the command posts of our North Group. As a result of the attack and air combat, there are unfortunately casualties among the personnel of the external security units of the facility and maintenance personnel. The command and operational staff of the command post were not affected and are conducting the operations of our troops as usual to destroy and expel enemy units in the Iskusa region. Once again, I want to emphasize that the use of such weapons by the enemy is not able to influence the course of hostilities in the zone of a special military operation. Our troops are successfully advancing along the entire line of combat contact. All the tasks we set ourselves will be solved. In response to the use of American and British long-range weapons on November 21st of this year, the Russian armed forces launched a combined strike on one of the objects of the defense industrial complex of Ukraine. Under combat conditions, tests on one of the latest Russian medium-range missile systems were carried out. In this case, a ballistic missile with non-nuclear hypersonic equipment. Our erotic called her nuts. The tests passed. On the territory of Ukraine, in the city of Dnepropetrovsk, one of the largest and known industrial complexes since the times of the Soviet Union, which still produce missile technology today, was hit. Other weapons. The development of intermediate and shorter-range missiles is being carried out by use as a response to the plans of the Soviet Union to produce and deploy intermediate and shorter-range missiles in Europe and the Asia-Pacific region. It is our belief that the United States committed a significant error by unilaterally dismantling the INF Treaty in 2019 under a questionable pretext. Currently, the United States not only manufactures such equipment, but also seems to include activities to train its troops, develop plans, and transfer these advanced missile systems to various regions globally, including Europe. Moreover, during the exercises, they conduct training in their application. Russia has voluntarily and unilaterally pledged not to deploy intermediate and shorter-range missiles until American weapons of this type appear in any part of the world. Let me reiterate the combat testing of the missile interception system. We are conducting them in response to the aggressive actions of NATO countries against Russia. The question of further deployment of medium and shorter range missiles will be decided by us depending on the actions of the United States and its satellites. Subsequent tests of our latest missile systems will be dictated by us, considering threats to the security of the Russian Federation. We consider ourselves entitled to use our weapons against the military facilities of those countries. This allows us to deploy their weapons against our facilities. In case of escalation of aggressive actions, we will also respond decisively and mirrored. I recommend that the ruling elites of those countries that harbor plans to use their military contingents against Russia seriously think about this. Of course, choosing, if necessary and as a response, an object for destruction by such systems as Oreshnik on the territory of Ukraine, we will offer in advance to civilians, as well as ask citizens of friendly states there. Evacuate the danger zones. This will be done for humanitarian reasons. Openly, publicly, without fear of opposition from the enemy. Additionally, receiving and analyzing this information. Why is it safe? Because today there are no countermeasures against such weapons. The missiles attack targets at a speed of 10 Mach 2 from 0 to 30 kilometers per second. The advanced modern air defense system, designed by the Americans, is available worldwide. The European missile defense system is not capable of intercepting such types of missiles. That's out of the question. Allow me to reiterate once again that it was not Russia, but the United States that dismantled the international security structure. And by continuing to fight, clinging to their hegemony, they pushed the whole world into a global conflict. We have always preferred and are now ready to resolve all disputes by peaceful means. But we are also ready to drink to any development. If anyone still has any doubts regarding this, in vain. There will consistently be a response.